Hi everyone, my name is Angela and in my free time I usually watch some videos on YouTube and in fact I'm sure that most of you do the same.
Hi, my name is Ana López Gamarra, and in my free time I like to use Twitter to keep up with the latest news and see some discussions.
My name is Maria and I love using the Pinterest app to look for inspiration every single day.
Hi, my name is Butaina, and in my free time, I really love watch some videos on YouTube and also follow the streams of my favorite gamer influencers in Twitch.
Hi, my name is Judith and in my free time I like to use Instagram to see others people post and videos.
In this video we will approach the subject of new jobs that have risen due to the development of new technologies and social media. More specifically, we will talk about influencers.
Nowadays, many people use social media in some type of way. However, we are mainly going to talk about teenagers and young adults.
It is well known that influencers have changed the way we interact with each other and what we expect from life.
We will focus on different topics that directly influence our society and our lifestyles. But the question is, how do they do it?
Firstly, we will talk about what an influencer is.
The word influencer has been used in English since the mid-1600s. It referred to something with the power to alter the beliefs of individuals. In the era of internet communication and social media, the term influencer can be defined more accurately as people who have built a reputation for their knowledge or expertise on a topic. They make regular posts on social media and generate large followings of engaged people that pay attention to their views. We could say it works as a modern word of mouth, where the opinion of one single person might influence thousands of people almost instantly. You may find these influencers on YouTube, podcasts on Spotify, Snapchat, Instagram, or TikTok. We could classify them based on their number of followers as mega, macro, micro, or nano-influencers. And also depending on where their influence comes from, celebrities or previously well-known people, key opinion leaders who are experts on their topics, or people with above-average influence, normal people with great communication skills and quality profiles that people like. Now we'll see some interesting data about influencers provided by the influencer marketing platform Clear. First of all, 83.9% of influencers are women. At least 70% of brands nowadays work with influencers to promote their products. Micro-influencers happen to be the most trusted and engaging to their followers, generating more conversation influencer followers, and they work with smaller brands. Instagram is the most used platform by influencers. The sectors that invest the most on social media are retailing and fashion, fitness, food and restaurant, entertainment, travel, cosmetic and skincare, automotive and technology. In fact, Instagram is now a very profitable business. In 2017, paid posts duplicated themselves. The expense on ads was of $1.2 billion. Plus, it is expected for this data to grow up to 5 or 10 billion for 2022. Actually, a post from the celebrity Kate Jenner could amount to $1.2 million. Now we'll see some of the main topics on social media.
What type of content or people do you watch on social media?
I usually watch makeup, food, and fashion videos.
Makeup videos and fashion videos.
Video games.
Well, I like to consume book content and also lifestyle and maybe music.
I follow many influencers like Last Dowie, Kanye West, Jung Beef, and many others.
Hi, I am going to talk about fashion and beauty, which is a topic that has the most repercussion, especially when it comes to teenagers. Nowadays, it is quite common to follow at least one influencer who specializes in this subject, regardless of the digital platform that you are using. According to an article about the impact of fashion influencers on young people, we choose influencers instead of celebrities because they are the ones who set the trend in this fast-changing world. Not only that, but the relationship that influencers have with their followers are more like a friendship, as they can reflect themselves in these content creators. During the COVID-19 lockdown, fashion influencers' participation has raised up. As claimed by fashion influencer Joey Sausini, which has 240,000 followers, he said that the more we are isolated, the more people are craving for some sort of normality. It seems like people want a healthy distraction from what's going on. Influencers give a review of a product or just help them with the day-to-day outfits. Youngsters have this general idea that if an influencer does something, it is immediately cool and they try to copy it. This is because they sometimes unconsciously want to be relevant or just stay on trend. It would seem that influencers have a great ability to adapt themselves easily. During the pandemic, we have seen a shift in their content, as they now promote more comfortable clothes or workout clothes. Or in the case of beauty, we have seen more tutorials about eye makeup or skincare. This is a result of the changes we have faced. Influencers know that now, more than ever, they are obliged to create content. However, we must be aware of how dangerous reflecting yourself on an influencer can be, especially for teenagers who do not realize that social media is not a reality and that the pictures that influencers post about their faces and their bodies can be photoshopped. Nevertheless, influencers are raising up their voice about this topic by claiming that there is just no one acceptable body type, or that the selfies that they post are not as natural.
Now we are going to focus on fitness and nutrition influencers, as their importance is growing in this society where healthy, real, and eco-friendly food as well as daily physical activity are highly valued. These influencers aim to show recommendations and recipes of healthy and original dishes, often showing everything they eat during a day or even during a week, something that has caused a great debate since it can lead to hateful comparisons and transmit that eating less is better. Although it is true that they achieve their influential function in people who want to innovate in the kitchen or are looking for quick ideas in their busy routine. Now we see many influencers who offer weekly routines as well as tips to enjoy doing it and transmit motivation and perseverance. Actually, it has experienced a huge increase in its audience during the pandemic, since we all had to adapt our sport routine to do it at home with the help of these YouTubers. But remember, the principle of individualization exists, and following the diet and exercise of X person is dangerous if it is not adapted to our physiological needs.
Now we are going to talk about gamer influencers and video games. A video game is an electronic game in which one or more people interact, and they can use a computer, a game console, a smartphone or tablet. Video games are one of the main sources of entertainment, and since 2010 the business importance of the video game industry has been increasing. Now that video games lead the cultural sector, gaming influencers have become true superstars on social media, and some of them have become real marketing assets for video game developers. The main objective of gamer influencers is to present new campaigns with friends in which they play online. These players have always been present, but due to the pandemic and the fact that people could not leave their homes, their careers have boomed, with content creators becoming a distraction and a way of social contact for people during the confinement. One trend that emerged thanks to this gamer influencer was to play the game Among Us, which enjoyed greater popularity with more than 85 million downloads thanks to them. And some of the best known Spanish gamer influencers are Rubius, Willy Rex, Auronplay, and many more. Target audiences. A popular belief is that video games are for kids, but the truth is that when we observe it in statistical data, it is clear that it is not. According to the report 2020 Essential Facts about the Video Game Industry, published by the Entertainment Software Association, the average age of the gamer is between 35 and 44 years. Another myth is that the most gamers are boys, but girls already represent 43% of the video game players in 2019 in Spain, and this percentage is increasing over the years. Finally, the platforms. There are many platforms, but the most used are YouTube, Reddit, Discord, and Twitch, this being the #1 video game streaming platform.
We've already covered the main topics on social media: fashion, fitness, gaming, and so on. But now we will see that social media has many more topics to offer. Like, for example, accounts about donuts, about cooking, about traveling, or whatever you want. Social media is not just a place to share your photos, but also to share opinions, values, and even creation or ideas. We know, for example, that many worldwide movements have spread through social media, like, for example, the Fridays for Future movement, the Black Lives Matter, or the Women's Day. But social media is also a base for fun. For example, memes have spread all around the world. Then there are also influencers that spread social awareness through their accounts.
Angela and I have interviewed 2 different influencers in order to have different perspectives of their jobs.
Personally, I have interviewed Diana, a fitness influencer who is in love with food and sport and has 33,000 followers.
On the other hand, I have interviewed Andrea, a fashion influencer that has more than 30,000 followers on her Instagram.
And here are the results.
Do you think you have a strong capacity to influence society today? If so, what is the age range of your most common audience? According to Andrea, she doesn't really like the term influencer, and what she enjoys the most is just knowing that she can contribute to something positive to her followers' life. She stresses that her audience is between 18 to 24 years old, which are actually people who are as old as her. That's why they have things in common and they emphasize with her.
Diana believes that she does not have that much influence on society because her main objective is to transmit her knowledge about health, physiology, nutrition, and sport, and not so much to directly influence the behavior of others. Her audience is between 25 and 40 years old, and she does not target young people, preferring a more adult audience.
Has the recent growth of your followers benefited you in being contacted by more brands to collaborate and work with them? If so, can you mention any brands you currently work for?
Diana receives a lot of requests from brands to collaborate, but she usually turns them down because she prefers to limit herself to show what she has learned and not what a brand offers. Thus, she has been collaborating with only 3 brands for years: Prothis, Salad Code, and Maria Natura.
To this question, she responded that at the end, brands decide to work with people like her because it's a type of publicity that's more realistic. She thinks that credibility is one of the most important topics in social media. She declares, when I'm working with a brand, I make sure that I like what they do and that I'm just another random customer. She highlights that at this moment she's working with Rimmel London, Shane, McDonald's, among other brands. Has your work as an influencer opened the doors to the creation of other projects, allowing you to work simultaneously in other types of business?
Diana has had the opportunity to work with many professionals thanks to social networks and has participated in important projects thanks to this. Finally, this work has allowed her to join the Keval Plus Integral Medicine Clinic.
To this day, when she sees this question, she thinks about Maya Glid. She geared herself up into creating her own online shoe store not so long ago. She believes that if she hadn't had a little repercussion in social media, she wouldn't have been able to do it.
These are some advantages of influencer marketing.
Conversation is generated in society about the promoted product.
International trade increases due to the fact that these social networks are a globalized medium and do not understand about borders.
Brands look at what type of audience each influencer has in order to choose the one who has the audience that best suits the characteristics of their products.
It reduces expenses in things like establishment, intermediaries, because even though firms work with influencers to whom they pay a commission, it's much cheaper than what they would pay with other types of advertising.
The reputation of the brand improves and increases as the number of influencers promoting the product increases.
It appeals more to the public because followers are faithful imitators of their favorite influencers, so when they promote a product or a service or something like that, and they feel the need to buy it as well.
And finally, as the promotion have a great impact on society, they create general trends that allow society to feel integrated and accepted by all.
However, there are also some drawbacks.
First of all, we need to talk about fake publicity. It is true that some influencers promote some products that are meant to have great benefits or to be high quality, when in fact it is just a fake. This is a real danger that can have a negative repercussion, especially in teenagers who tend to believe everything they see or read in social media. We have all seen influencers promoting great makeup items or organic products in order to help the environment, when in reality they are just low-quality products or not environmentally friendly. Companies try to show a perfect image of their business through influencers to defraud their customers. A lot of people know about the influencer Love Yoli, who was starting to advertise her own clothing brand in which you could buy a great variety of clothes at a really high price. Later, it was discovered that those original clothes were actually bought in AliExpress at a really low price and quality. She was just using her platform to resell those clothes, which weren't designed by her, in order to get a profit.
In the world of fitness and nutrition, we can see how influencers promote products that are seriously harmful to health, just for money and without being aware of the impact they will have on their loyal audience, such as miracles for burning, supplements that promise to lose weight quickly, or clothes that eliminate cellulite or make you sweat a lot, which can lead to dehydration. Moreover, they often promote food and diets that can lack the essential nutrients and that can lead to obsessions with food and to young people falling into eating disorders by following these dangerous promotions that are not effective and that the influencers themselves would never do. A clear example is the influencer Violeta Mangrignan, who claimed to suffer from anorexia and yet promotes daily fat elimination pills and meal replacement shakes, which can destroy the body inside.
Online survey and interviews.
So now I'm going to share the responses we have obtained in an online survey and I'm going to analyze them. In our survey, we asked people to rate from 1 to 5 how much they value the opinion of an influencer to see if they fully trust them, and the average number we obtained was 3 with a 50.8%. We have related this to the question that appears here, and we found the results really shocking, as yes and no are both around 50%. This goes to show that even though the job of an influencer is to advertise products and services, maybe people don't buy them as much as we think. For the people that have actually bought a product recommended by an influencer, not many people have bought more than 2.
Have you ever bought any product because of the persuasive advertisement from influencers?
Really, yes, because I spend a lot of time with social media, and the fact that I'm seeing constantly the same product, it makes me feel like I need to have it. So yes.
By social media, I just remember once that I bought a dress for my graduation, and it was from an Instagram account of clothes, and I like it and I bought it.
Yes, I have. I typically buy makeup that beauty influencers recommend.
Yes, I bought a t-shirt from La Bendición Records in the Clocker store.
I once bought a hair product and it worked quite well for me.
Okay.
If we talk now about the type of products that people buy, first we have retail, clothes, and then we have skincare and makeup, and after that foods and drinks. The most used app is Instagram, with 59 out of 62 people using it at least twice a week, and after that we have YouTube with 39 people, and then TikTok and Twitter with 25 people. Now, when asking people how much time they spend on social media, the results were very diverse. Most people spend from 1 hour 30 minutes to 3 hours a day on social media. Most people follow from 4 to 7 influencers, followed by 1 to 3 influencers, and what people value the most in them is that they are trustworthy with a 67.2%, and then that they are funny and that they have the same beliefs and values as them. Now, what they value the least is the number of followers, fame, and a high rate of activity. We have observed that a 71.7% of people have answered yes to the question that appears here, and we were really happy to see these results as they show that social media can be used for a good cause. As we all know, influencers create expectations that are really difficult or almost impossible to achieve and make people compare themselves and their lives with what they see on these apps. In fact, we have asked people if they feel like social media creates new standards that are impossible to achieve, and 71.7% of people said yes. We find these results really shocking and really dangerous because they can have a really negative effect in the future. Last but not least, we asked people what are the main issues that concern them about social media, and the most repeated answer was the impact it has nowadays. This can be a positive or a negative thing. If we focus on social campaigns then and how much social media is helping them, then we should continue to use them. However, if we focus on the comparison and the high standards that it creates, we should really try to find a solution and help those people who are experiencing these things.
Finally, let's talk about the evolution of social media from a general perspective. In the last year, we have experienced an enormous growth in the use of social networks. Due to the pandemic situation, people have found themselves with more and more free time in their hands. As a result, and adding the lack of social relationships, society has resorted to use social media to keep in touch with people that in non-COVID times we will see face to face, and also as a refugee to beat boredom. Social media has definitely become the best way to keep in touch with our relatives, and of course to follow the lives of influencers who make us feel part of their routine. This is a consequence of our need for interaction, since, as all of us know, we humans are social beings. Now you may wonder, what is going to be the future of social networks? Will our lives revolve around social media? Are our lifestyles going to depend on the number of followers we have? Will the value of a person and social status really depend on a numeric number? Only the future will tell.